guys, welcome back to another video. A couple of things I want to talk about today, but right off the bat, the first thing I am going to talk about and show off is some hardware leaks for Starfield and the Starfield Direct. So if you don't want to see this, you want to go into the show completely blind, skip ahead past this. But I mean, if you've watched any of my previous videos talking about the supposed leaks, you probably have already seen these. And it is for the Starfield controller and the Starfield headset. It looks like we have another leak for it with actual video footage of these devices being shown off, and you can pretty much bet that these devices are going to be shown at the Starfield Direct announced. And I gotta admit, they do look very good. So let's take a quick look at this. Here it is. So there's a tweet here from Peter Ovo saying Starfield controller and Starfield headphones, Xbox Showcase plus Starfield Direct, and you can see the controller itself. I mean, I love the design of this controller here that they have going on here with the transparent triggers and buttons and everything. It looks very good to me, and it has like the Starfield logo and all that type of stuff. This is something I probably would consider picking up. I love having my Xbox collection of controllers. I have tons of them, so I'll probably end up getting that. Then we have the headset here, which again looks absolutely phenomenal. Looks better in my opinion than the just black Xbox wireless headset. I don't know if I'll get this because I already have the wireless Xbox headset, so I don't need another headset in my collection, but it looks very, very cool. I love the red and all that type of stuff. So expect these things to be announced at the Starfield Direct. I don't expect there to be a console. As I've said in previous videos, I just don't see them announcing a special edition Starfield console, especially with the fact that they've literally admitted that they're having hardware issues in terms of meeting the demand with their supply. And I'm sure they're ramping up their supply right now for the release of Starfield, but I don't see them sitting on a ton of Starfield special edition Xboxes right now and then shipping them all out after they announce after the Starfield Direct. But what I do see happening is a Starfield Collector's Edition, because we have previously seen leaks or rumors about this with the Starfield Special Edition smartwatch, which is something that I will absolutely be trying to get my hands on if this does come out. This is from January of 2022, where we saw pictures of this smartwatch come out. And again, this could just be concept. It may not actually ever come to fruition, but it is something to keep your eye on in terms of if you want just to collect all of the Starfield Special Edition stuff. This is probably one that I think would be a no-brainer to put out there. We've seen Bethesda do really cool special editions before, especially with Fallout. So a smartwatch would make a ton of sense, and it'll probably have just some awesome features and some awesome screens and graphics and stuff like that to represent the Starfield game. So very much looking forward to the Starfield Direct and seeing the official announcements of these pieces of hardware. And we'll move on here to the next thing I want to talk about, and that is Everwild. We know Everwild has gone through a tumultuous development process. Essentially, we've heard that they needed to reboot this game. And when they first announced Everwild, it was just a CGI cinematic trailer. They left up to everybody's imagination as to what we thought the game was going to be about, but a lot of people expected this game to be like a survival style of game. I think that's probably what I thought it was, but it wasn't set in stone because it was just such a vague trailer on what we could be expecting from this game coming out. We're probably not going to see this game for a very long time, 2025, 2026, if all the reports are 100% true about the development of the game. But Andy Robinson here on Twitter says, last I heard, it was a bit more Viva Pinata than the survival game. The earlier trailers hinted at the team there will knock it out of the park, I'm certain. And this was somebody asking, can you please just let me know that Everwild development hasn't fallen apart again? I need this, Andy. So, I mean, there's two things here. I guess it's somewhat of a confirmation that the development hasn't fallen apart again. I don't think it has. They probably just had clashes in creative visions, which generally happens when you're coming up with a brand new IP and a brand new idea, and then they decide to go one way versus another. So they kind of had to switch courses in the development. But it seems like from what Andy Robinson is saying here, and he's from Video Game Chronicles, that it's more like Viva Pinata. I've never played Viva Pinata, but from what I understand, it's like a life simulation game, kind of like an Animal Crossing style. It's not really my cup of tea. So if that is the way that Everwild is going, I'm most likely not going to put that many hours into it. But hey, if that's the type of game that you like, it will be there in the form of Viva Pinata. And it's a very smart move, I think, at the end of the day. Xbox already has their survival games, right? They already have their State of Decay. Do they need another one in Everwild? Probably not. And we know how popular Animal Crossing is. So if they can get a game out there that potentially can compete with Animal Crossing, put it into Game Pass, it's going to do very well. So I think actually that is a pretty smart move overall by Rare and the development team at Everwild. And finally, let's end off talking about the Xbox Game Showcase, the official post here from Xbox Wire with some questions that will give you some information about what to expect from this show. We know that this is going to be on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all of these places where you're going to be able to watch this. It's going to be co-streamed literally by so many people as well, including myself. But one of the things that I think is a great thing that they did announce here is that on youtube.com/Xbox and on the Bethesda channel on YouTube, the streams will be in 4K at 60 FPS, while the other channels will be at 1080p at 60 FPS. So, I mean, that's a great thing to be able to show off, seeing these trailers, seeing this gameplay stuff at 4K right away without actually having to go back and rewatch the VOD. Something that a lot of showcases generally do. They say, go back, watch it in 4K. Although it looks great in 1080p and during the showcase, it will look even better when you can actually watch the downloaded video and see at the highest fidelity possible. So we'll see how that works out, if there'll be any glitches in streaming this whole thing at 4K at 60 FPS. I'm sure they have all of that stuff worked out. And when it comes to the extended showcase, there will, as we know, be an extended stream, and that is going to be on Tuesday, June 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is kind of where they do the more in-depth interviews. It actually says here, the show will feature in-depth interviews focused on the news from our Xbox Game Showcase, as well as game updates from our partners. As this show will air live, the broadcast language support will be limited to English, German, French, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Latin American Spanish. And then they say, if you speak other languages, those will come after the extended showcase has actually aired. So stay tuned for that. But generally, the extended showcases is not as exciting, but we just get a deeper look and a deeper dive into the games that they did show off. And if there's going to be a ton of first-party games at the showcase, I'm sure this will be something people want to tune into to specifically see information about the games that got them the most excited. But I'm going to leave the video there, guys. It's going to be an extremely fun week. I can't wait. I really, really can't wait for Summer Games Fest coming up, and then for the Xbox Game Showcase. It's going to be an awesome week. And I think the Xbox Showcase, like I said at the beginning, is going to overshadow anything that happens this week. Summer Games Fest, I think, will be cool. There isn't that same feeling, that same hype from Summer Games Fest, unless Jeff Keighley is really holding a lot back and trying to keep all of his cards hidden so that when that showcase does happen, people are blown away. But we will wait and see. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.